Today's Rose City Reader story comes from Oregon Reads Aloud, with special permission from Graphic Arts. The story is called Will and the Piper by Kim Griswell and illustrated by Lisa Mendorf. Will wasn't born great. How could he be? He had 22 mouse brothers and 16 mouse sisters, all of whom were bigger or faster or braver or stronger than he was. The only thing Will is good at is hiding, his siblings teased. Will lived in the perfect place for hiding, the Elizabethan Theater in the tiny town of Ashland, Oregon. The theater was round and its roof open. Rows of green seats arced up from the diamond-shaped stage. A Tudor-style stage house stood at the back with 4 stage levels, a musician's gallery, and a moat. The theater had plenty of hiding places. Each afternoon, the mice played hide and seek. To Will's siblings, it was just a game, but to him it was more. "I want to be the best hider in history," he declared. "Why?" asked his brother Falstaff. "Because the mice must never be seen," Will answered. "If you're seen," their mother cautioned, "stage manager will call the piper." The piper. The name made Will's fur stand on end. Legend said when the piper played his penny whistle, mice couldn't resist. They were drawn to his music, and the piper scooped them up into his gunny sack. Once caught, he drove them away, and they never saw home again. One afternoon, Will hid in his favorite spot, squeezed behind the leg of seat BB 101. From there, he had a clear shot to home base. Plus, he could see most of the theater. He spotted Juliet skittering down the Volmatorium, Hamlet hiding in the musician's gallery, Hesete creeping along the moat. Will watched and waited, but soon the warm sun lulled him to sleep. He woke with a start when the seat squeaked above him. He noticed a black velvet sky above the theater. Glowing lights illuminated the stage. A trumpet sounded, and the audience hushed. "Oh no," Will cried, when a man stepped out of the stage. In his hand, he held a shiny brass penny whistle. Will froze. The piper. The piper placed the penny whistle to his lips. Music trilled out, swift and sweet, like a creek gathering speed as it cascades down the mountain. Will swayed towards it, then shook himself. He was hidden. All he had to do was stay put, but the music flowed faster and faster. Its pull grew stronger and stronger until, "Mouse!" screeched a girl in the front row. "Mouse!" roared a man from the balcony. Will couldn't believe his eyes. His brothers and sisters streamed towards the stage. By ones and by twos and by threes, they wove towards the piper as if caught in a midsummer night's dream. "Mother!" cried Will, but it was too late. She flittered right up to the piper and sat at his feet. The piper plucked each of them up and stuffed them in his gunny sack. Will's knees trembled. What good was being the greatest hider in history, he thought, if the piper catches my family? I can't stay hidden, he decided. But how can I defeat the piper's song? Will noticed some spilled popcorn. That would work. He stuffed a piece in each ear and bolted towards the stage. The piper spotted Will. His fingers ran up and down the whistle, but Will kept coming. The piper's cheeks turned red and his eyes bulged out, but Will didn't stop. He raced onto the stage, straight up the piper's leg. He scrambled up his chest and onto his shoulder, launched himself out onto the penny whistle. The piper squealed and tossed the penny whistle high into the air. It rose over the audience, spinning towards the black velvet sky. Will clung to the whistle's holes. Down below, he saw the piper drop his gunny sack. He saw his family spill out and race for the safety of the wings. Down, 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 the whistle fell, landing with a crash. Will woke to a throbbing head and a cacophony of mouse voices. For a moment, he had no idea where he was. Then he remembered the Piper. He sat up so quickly he saw stars. Lie still, his mother eased him back down. You're home safe, son. We're all safe, said Juliet, thanks to you. Will's mother gave his paw a squeeze. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, but you, my dear Will, have had greatness thrust upon you, and you saved us all. The end.